Hi, folks. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. You know, we're into fall now, and there's lots of wonderful fall fishing that takes place. And I think more so in the bigger waters. Now is when you can have some sensational days on a lot of our lakes, even ponds, and out in the St. Lawrence River, because with the colder weather, fish know, just like every other organism knows, it's time to feed up and get ready for the cold that's going to penetrate their bodies in the winter. So they start feeding more. And it's a time when there aren't near as many people on the water. You can have the water to yourself. But I want you to realize that a lot of changes are taking place with the fish. Even though they become more active for certain periods of the day, the foods that they feed on tend to be changing and tend to be disappearing. You know, there were huge schools of minnows in the beginning of the year after spawn. Well, by the time this time of the year comes, the minnows, the schools of all those prey, have diminished tremendously. So many have died off. Those that survive are bigger now, so the fish are going to feed on bigger food. The other thing is so much of the aquatic life that is a great part of fish's diet, especially in our feeder streams, the smaller rivers and brooks and creeks. The aquatic life it's disappearing for the year. No longer are grasshoppers jumping into the river. No longer are hellgrammites or crayfish as plentiful, and all the larvae and flies and so forth that they feed on. There's so much. Frogs along the bank, all these things are disappearing now. At least they're disappearing as far as the fish are concerned. So their habits change. The places they go change. Where they might have stayed in shallow water because it was full of food in the summer, it no longer is. And they'll retreat more to slower, deeper water for protection and for more food. So there's a lot of factors that we have to think about this time of the year. My advice, my tip is to maybe reorient yourself. I love to fish smallmouth in tributaries in the summer, but now in the fall, I'm going to shift and start fishing some of the other backwaters or the St. Lawrence, the areas that I can reach without having a big boat, and fish for largemouth and northern pike. And largemouth bass fishing is a whole different sport than smallmouth. The fish are different. They react different. They live in different waterways, but they're still tremendously fun to catch. So fall is a time of change. It's a time when there can be some phenomenal fishing still to be had, but it's a time that we have to think differently and we have to change our approach. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.